All right, we're knocking out positional units with Will Gunter from the all-new early game there on 107.5 The Game. And let's address this linebacker core because you have one of the best in the SEC in Skai Moore. We didn't see him all of last year due to injury. So fortunately, he's back. Bryson Allen Williams, certainly a solid player, 8.5 tackles for loss, but very thin there at the linebacker core.
It is. It is 3 scholarship linebackers here in the spring, as you mentioned. I mean, they're big. They're good players. They're guys with a little bit of experience. Skai Moore will come back for his redshirt senior season, and we'll see how that goes for him. He's been going through spring practice and has drawn some solid reviews coming back, especially his work in the weight room since being cleared. Bryson Allen Williams comes back for his senior year. Seems like just yesterday they were recruiting him and how big of a part of the recruiting class he was expected to be. And then a freshman, TJ Brunson, who played a lot from right here, Richland Northeast High School, enters his sophomore year. So I think the talent is fine. Now, they will rely on freshmen come the fall to give them depth, and that's going to be interesting to see how that shakes out. They have 4 linebackers, three high school players coming in, and a junior college player. But at least for the spring, you're going with walk-ons. You're going with some unheard of guys as the backups. But at the end of the day, the starting 3 right now, and health will be key, but the starting 3 are quality players. TJ Brunson, again, playing a good bit last year. Skai Moore has led the team in tackles all 3 years he's been healthy, and Bryson Allen Williams has shown to be a high-quality player. So it's not a talent issue as much as it is a depth issue, very similar to what happened in the secondary last year when they really had to kind of be creative and really kind of cross fingers that there would be no injuries.
So I see Sherrod Greene and Devon Bowen seem to be the highest rated linebackers coming in. We're not going to see them this spring. They're not going to hit camp until August. So they're probably going to be relied on, not necessarily as starters, but they're going to have to get on the field.
Sherrod Greene's a kid that they were very high on. They worked him in camp and they're very excited about the potential he has. Devon Bowen is an in-state player that was kind of under the radar, is going to have to make the transition from defensive end to linebacker, and we'll see how he does when he's in space. Domani Staley is a 3rd high school linebacker that they brought in. He is a legacy recruit. Actually, I think set the record or had an incredible year in terms of sacks. But again, you're talking about a kid who's going to transition from defensive end to linebacker. And now these are kids that are not heavyweights. They're not 260, 270 pounds. But as Will Muschamp said in his press conference on signing day with those kids, a lot of high school coaches now put some of their best athletes, regardless of weight, at the defensive end position to rush the quarterback. And that was the case with Bowen and Staley. So they're going to have to transition. Sherrod Greene is going to be the one guy I think that comes in, can make an impact. And then, you talk about that Eldridge Thompson as a junior college player, but he's only about 190 pounds. So it's going to be very interesting to see where he fits in when he gets on campus. He also had a shoulder injury this past season in junior college that cut his season short. So that's going to make things interesting for him as well.
All right, folks, if you heard that comment slipped in there, legacy recruit, Domani Staley, Deuce Staley. So if you just started watching college football or you're pretty young, Deuce Staley, one of the better backs in the SEC, and went on to the Philadelphia Eagles and had quite a pro career. Deuce, that means we're getting old, Will Gunter, if Deuce Staley's having kids that are playing college football.
That's right. That's right. We'll see how Deuce had a great career. I remember watching. I wasn't in high school just yet, but I remember watching him. He was quite a player himself.
That's for sure. I was a little older than that at that point, but Will, we always appreciate the breakdown. You go enjoy your day. Will Gunter from the all new early game 107.5 The Game.
Always appreciate it, Mark. Take care.